Hello and welcome to another update video about ADA. Okay, so upside potential did not work out, at least not yet. So I think I cannot justify still to wait, let's say for another leg to the upside. It has just come down now into a region where it's very unlikely that this is still a B wave, especially as we had 5 waves down complete. We've now made another leg down without a strong retracement or without an impulse to the upside. So see, this is still valid. This could still from here even move up in a C wave, yeah, getting into this white wave 2 support area. So for anybody who's new, the assumption was so far, and it has worked out quite nicely on the way down, we waited for 5 waves down, and then I said we should see some upside from here, especially after the breakout of the wedge. And we did move up. We in fact moved up like 6%, yeah, to the top here. However, as you can see, ADA failed to create an impulse here. Why an impulse? Impulse was needed because the wave A was in 5 waves. And then it looked good so far here in 3 waves down. We hit my support area and started to move up. But it should have been a C wave. A 5 wave move impulse. It didn't do it. It didn't do it. So it then came down and we had another chance and said, okay, maybe this was just a larger B wave before we move up in C. A, B, C. When we maxed out the support area. Down here is the 78.6% retrace. Told you in the last video, if this is supposed to work out, it needs to move up from here. But no, it didn't work out. So we came down basically to the previous low of the 22nd of December here to 24.6 cents. That is a sign of weakness. Also, this currently doesn't make any impression of slowing down. Again, I mentioned it in the Bitcoin and Ethereum video, B waves here, they do funny things. You can get a B wave which does go below the beginning of the A wave, but then again we've already had a B wave here overshooting, so it would be a very unlikely pattern. So I cannot, even if we go below here, I cannot fully rule out that this is still going up in a C wave. But for now I'm going to take this completely off the chart because it's unreliable. It's completely unreliable. It hasn't worked out, this assumption. And it failed to create that move to the upside. So the move down is still ongoing probably. Yeah, because we also never made it above this resistance. We never broke above this 27-cent region here, which would have been important as well. So we never really broke above this area. You can see these highs. So yeah, not good. And also we never found support above this resistance area. Well, I'll take that out now as well, because yeah, so how can we then understand this move? Well, I will, you know, in the best way I can see this, and I thought about this long today. By the way, I think this wave 1 sits better here. But the best way I see this is that this, let me think, 1, 2. Yeah, so the best way I see this is that this wave 4 here, you know, and then we take out the subwaves, that this wave 4 was never finished. I think it could be I mentioned that scenario before, but as we failed to break out, so this wave 4 was probably never finished. It would sit here at the 26.7 cent level, and we can probably expect one more leg down, and then we had here, this wave 1 is here, and this actually became an ending diagonal like that. So this is still a possibility, and this is probably how to explain it in the best way. Again, could this be some kind of a weird triangle? No, this can't be because this moved too high, so no triangle option. But this is a possibility that this is a wave 4 here. We're now moving down in wave 5. Now it's probably worth looking at the subwave structure for that. Off this high to see when do we get 5 waves down complete. And as I said, we had 5 waves down already. We put another low in. What does that mean? That means we have an extension here. We have an extension. So basically this was an ABC in wave 4. and then let's label this. So my understanding is that this would be a wave 1, 2 here. Then we had another 1, 2 set up, a 3 down, a 4 and a 5. So this could now be a low of the wave 3. There'll be a 4 and a 5. This is sort of how we can see it now to understand the roadmap here. Let me change the wave degree and I'll put the subwaves in as well. So that's probably best how I would interpret this. And then we had here a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This could still get possibly one more leg down. This blue wave 3. Yeah, the reason is that, so let me change that. But this is just micro counting. The reason is that I can see here very nicely 1, 2, 3 waves. Still, you know, maybe this the 4th and one more leg down to complete the wave 5 of 3. Then a wave 4, probably just a shallow retracement here. And then to come down here, yeah, in another wave 5. So this is unfortunately now how this is turning out. But I warned about, you know, a possible direct breakdown should we lose that wide support area, and unfortunately we are now there. And I'm just thinking if I can simplify this structure here a little bit, that would allow me to calculate a target much better, because this wave 1 seems now very short compared to the entire move, and this wave 3 seems very, very long. So looking at the proportions, of what this whole move to the downside is doing, this is now starting to look not very clear to me. What I think I might do, and I will double check that before I release the next video, but I will really need to look at the substructures. But just looking at it, this feels here more reasonable to put the wave 1, and then we had a leading diagonal in wave 1. And here the wave 3 down, and let's just double check the Fibonacci extensions. I didn't look at this before the video, but it just doesn't look right. That certainly took us down, yeah, also to the 2.382 Fib extension. Certainly a valid extension for a wave 3, was certainly long enough. With the other one, it felt a little bit too long. Again, I would need to look at the substructures, but then this feels and this looks better with the wave 4 here and the wave 5 down. And then if we then calculate a target for this orange wave 5, so we can do that by taking here the length of the wave 1 to go to the high of the wave 4. And that looks decent, because that would take us here to the 1-to-1 ratio, the proportionality target. It feels okay. Yeah, the 1-to-1 ratio here to complete this higher degree wave 1 gives us 23.7 cents. That's at least one viable target, 23.7. If we do not find support here, the next support would be the 1.618 extension at 21.9 cents. Also feels realistic, yeah. But looking at the proportions of this move down, it might be rather the 23.7 cent level. Let's add that here to the chart as possible support and targets before we complete this white wave 1. We would then after that move up in the wave 2 ideally. So we're going to continue to track this upside movement or upside potential, which again is not bullish. And to be fair, this move that happened here today just confirmed my still short-term bearish view on ADA, that we haven't bottomed yet. Even though we didn't reach the target up there, but I told you we're still in a downtrend. So if it's an extremely weak move, we have to expect a further downside move. If we now look at the structures here, I mean, I can't really calculate for you this wave 5 target yet, because I don't have the blue wave 4 yet. Don't have the blue wave 4. One way to do it is though to take the length of the third wave. Another way of how to calculate. I don't think it's in yet. Let's say we just go a bit lower in wave 3. Or I'll take the current low. Yeah, just take the current low. But even then I don't have the wave 4, so it's pointless really. But let's say the wave 4 retraces a bit. It doesn't make sense. We need that wave 4 in first. What would be a target for the wave 4? Well, again, I'm not entirely sure. This doesn't look finished yet. I think one more leg down here maybe. again, this is just horrible micro counting. I'll make some assumptions now. If we say the 2.618 extension here takes us to 24 cents, the wave 5 of 3, then you'll get a wave 4 in, which should ideally go into the region between 24.6 and 25.2 cents. So between the 23.6% retracement and the 50% retracement. And then let's say from around about 25 cents, we should head lower. But yeah, we'll leave it like that. That's sort of the next steps we can see on the micro level. Don't think this move down is finished yet. I'm still looking at now that we've basically broken previous support nearly. Don't think the chance is there to directly move up. I think it's rather going a bit lower. And that would then take us down into possibly even here 23.7 or 22 cents roundabout. Okay, and that's my update about ADA. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership. If you're interested in earning passive ADA with your ADA, check out our stake pool, the MCO stake pool. You can find 2 links in the video description, 2 videos, how to delegate to our MCO Cardano stake pool. And also the link on Sea Explorer. That way you can support the More Crypto Online channel and you can, you know, earn passive ADA with your ADA basically. It's still a young pool, but we have now distributed the first rewards. So extremely happy with that. And obviously it would be great if you decide to delegate your ADA to our stake pool. All right, thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.